this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast.
Daisy Duke's bikinis on tap.
At the bottom of Hellside, the Outlaws are exploring the apartment of Shoma Lyzerius.
So when you made your way back to Hellside, you found this apartment that Shoma Lyzerius supposedly operates out of. And when you got there, you unlocked the door, or rather Alonzo forcibly unlocked the door, and you started exploring this apartment, but it looked like no one had really been there, especially like the bedroom looked completely untouched, and you found a hidden door in the back.
And have found a secret door leading to a strange clockwork lab.
A large table stands in the center of the room with a half-finished humanoid construct laying atop it. The north and west walls of the room have a large L-shaped table covered with alchemical equipment. Shelves and cabinets obscure the remaining walls.
But inside is a whole room full of trouble.
You walk in the room, Alonzo, and you see the imp little guy sitting on this humanoid figure, and you also see these 3 clockwork handlers in the room. Your old buddies from the bank. And this one starts creaking, and he steps over to you, Alonzo.
Uh-oh.
Things are about to get spicy.
We can't afford to take that kind of damage. We only have 3 people.
Now.
So I would like to open up this episode with an important note. This is the 26th episode of Season 3.
Oh.
Which makes this
The longest season.
officially the longest episoded season that we have ever recorded. Are you popping fake champagne, shake champagne?
That's right.
Shake champagne.
The popper. I'm doing the poppers.
Should old acquaintance be forgot?
You know, in one of the first episodes we recorded this season, I don't remember what the setup was, but you had your little dice thingy, the little M&M's tube that you kept your dice in, and you popped it at like the most opportune time. It was really good. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, this is the longest season we've done. I know we've talked about it. Normally, about this time, 6 months in, we're wrapping up whatever game we're trying out. But this game, I mean, we're kind of just getting spun up on it. So it's different for us. You know, we've done some shorter campaigns and games to explore them, but this time we're really, really diving in deep.
And it's a lot of fun.
Because it's Pathfinder. This is our
baby.
Our heritage, our stomping grounds. This is where we kind of got our feet underneath us in terms of TTRPGs.
We
were all
also have a
itching.
whole 3-book adventure path.
We were itching to play this, and we all knew it.
Yeah. The secret audience about the show is that while we are
The
trying
secret
to,
audience.
Jesus,
It's stored not in the hallway.
the audience
But
is
in the
stored
kitchen.
in the balls.
It's
Audience is stored in
No,
the
it's
balls.
stored in the kitchen.
While we are trying
no.
to take this show as a way for us to play new things and make ourselves learn
audience.
and capture the novelty.
You did this.
What we really do on the show is play what we want to play.
That's right.
Play what you want to play.
No,
I
but
was describing this to a friend at work, and I was like, it's just an excuse for us to play something other than Pathfinder.
yeah.
And
yeah.
then it wasn't.
And then it's Tui.
It's Tui.
We
This
did
is
it for
Pathfinder.
It's a lot. Having just played 1E
Yes.
very recently after all the podcast stuff, it is very different from 1E. So yeah, but it's nice. But for today's scheduled bantering, I have a comment I wanted to respond to from the beloved The Mario on YouTube.
Chris Pratt?
No.
One of my favorites, because they actually talk to me.
But Mario was listening to us talk about the things Pathfinder 2E does good and not so good, maybe in terms of tone. He wanted to know what kind of setting do we all enjoy playing the most? Is it high fantasy, like typical D&D, Western, Gothic-core, dark fantasy, futuristic, Victorian era, Lovecraftian, or something else? So why don't we kick it around the table and talk about our favorite like settings and themes to play at the table?
I bet I can guess Jacob's. Jacob wants it as horror Cthulhian as possible.
Do you want to start us off there, Jacob?
I'll start us off, and my answer is actually quite simple, and it is, I just like playing games. I like playing games. I like high fantasy because magic is dope.
Yeah.
I'd love to do like an actual horror game at some point.
Yes.
I was
'Cause
right.
While we've had horror chapters in some of our other adventures, it's not like the whole thing is horror. I do quite enjoy listening to it, so I think I'd enjoy playing it. It's just I've never had the chance to do legitimate, actual built for horror, and I think that'd be fun. And as far as other things, I'll tell you what I am not interested in. I couldn't care less about futuristic styles like cyberpunk. Honestly, it just doesn't vibe with me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not for me.
But you like space fantasy like Starfinder.
Yeah, it's not cyberpunk.
Okay.
There's a very big difference.
So it's not
What's
just
the difference?
futuristic. It's not cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk
Googling.
is
Dirty.
gritty, dirty, hopeless,
Yeah.
and everything's horrible. Whereas science fantasy is like high fantasy, but in space.
Like Star Wars, Starfinder.
Like Star Wars. It's very different in tone and mood.
Okay, I get what you mean. It's not like a dystopian novel futuristic stuff. It's more because that's what I got the vibe of when I
Yeah,
looked
like,
up cyberpunk.
Looking up what, like, because I pulled up the video where Mario's comment is high fantasy's fun, Western's fun. Western isn't my go-to, but I've been enjoying this one. Gothic horror would be fun. Dark fantasy would be very interesting. We're currently playing through a game with my older brother that's Twisted Fairy Tales, and we did it before Dimension 20 did it. So.
And it's really
should
cool that Twisted Fairy Tale world because we've been able to explore different types of environments.
Yeah.
And it makes sense in context of the story.
So, like-
Excuse, we played that in Reign of Winter before your brother did, so
fair.
I'm going to sue.
Oh no, I've actually, and I pretty much like almost everything except for specifically the style of cyberpunk, which I think would reach over to something like Shadowrun. Seemed very familiar to me.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just fun. I like everything.
Clarifying
It's fun.
questions on, since you don't like futuristic in the style of cyberpunk, how do you feel about general sci-fi? So
I thought you were going to say like sniperpunk.
Honestly, it kind of
like
depends.
Earth-based, like Alien or The Expanse, that kind of style.
It kind of depends because, like, when I think sci-fi, one of my first go-tos is Star Wars, but I actually don't think Star Wars is sci-fi.
It's sci-fi, but it's more so space fantasy.
It's more space fantasy. I think I'd have
Unless
fun.
it's in the Mandalorian where it's a Western.
Oh, there you go.
Is space Western.
I think I could have fun with it, but it's actually not my go-to. When I think if I could play any sci-fi game right now, it wouldn't be Star Trek. It wouldn't be Shadowrun. I'd probably want to play.
There's a Star Trek game.
Oh yes, there is. They
Oh,
played it
definitely there's one.
They played it on the new game Who Dis for GCP at
Oh,
one
that's
point.
cool.
Yeah. It
I've never
sounded
cared
fun.
about Star Trek.
Yeah, I don't have a reason to play that. I never cared for it too much, or I never watched it. I would probably like it. I would play Paranoia.
Paranoia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paranoia.
Interesting. That's a good choice.
Solid horror
I know what
boy.
you'd want to play. What you want to play? Oh, what is it? The one they kept trying to get our family group to play.
Oh, Delta Green.
You wanna play Delta
Absolutely.
Green?
I would
That's
love to
not
play
sci-fi,
Delta Green.
though. That's
no, that's not
cosmic
sci-fi.
horror.
That's horror.
real life, but Cthulhu.
Yeah. Real life.
Oh, so
comic
real life.
Cthulhu. Sure. Well, then we'll ask clarifying question before we move on to Drow. If you don't like the grimness of cyberpunk, how do you feel about the grim, dark future of the 41st millennia?
That is
Stop.
so extreme. I would probably have fun with it.
I don't think you could, in any real sense, call that cyberpunk.
There's a very big difference between
Oh my god.
Unless you're talking about Adeptus
beaten
Mechanicus.
down person struggling through life in cyberpunk, slowly turning their body into a living weapon, doesn't appeal to me. But then you look at Warhammer 40K, and the aesthetic is, while you might sound similar, very different.
The tone is different.
And everybody's evil in 40K. Everybody has it rough. And then what
Everybody's
does it
evil?
mean to be? Oh, everybody's evil. there's no good guys in 40K.
There's no good guys.
Except for maybe the salamanders. They're slightly less bad.
They're less bad, but
what about the Tau?
the Tau are the closest thing they have to a good guy.
Yeah, but
and
they
that's
have-
why a lot of people don't care for the Tau, because they're like, this is not 40K mood.
Now we're talking about 40K
Yeah,
lore.
so
which
we got to
really
stop.
should
We got to stop this now, because we could keep talking about that. But I think I could enjoy that one for a short bit. It would not be a long game.
Would it remind
yeah.
you of your Primarch?
So Drow, what kind of fantasy or tabletop setting, rather, what kind of tabletop setting do you really gravitate towards, or are there any that you don't like in particular?
I think that I've seen it once or twice recently. The magical high school is the stupidest concept. I think that would be so exceptionally unfun to play in.
I could understand why you would say that.
Yeah. Maybe this is just a troubled childhood talking. I wouldn't want to be like a student in a world where magic and stuff happens, because that would mean that I'm
Beholden to studying.
No, that would throw me off.
Sorry.
That would kind of make it so that I was already set up to be underpowered. And I want to be able to be like a person able to handle themselves, which is why I like high fantasy with lots and lots of magic. Because if something scary comes up, if something bad comes up, I can just explode it.
Just Fireball.
Yes.
Fireball fixes everything.
Yes.
Brick's signature move, Fox 2.
Fox 2,
Fireball,
Fox
quick
2.
and Fireball.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is just high fantasy. I would hesitantly say that I like a little bit darker fantasy. Not like in the terms of The Witcher, because that's a little too dark for me. But not exactly Lord of the Rings, where everything's kind of bright and shiny.
That's fair.
Right up until you get to Evil Bastard Land.
Well, then what kind of subgenre of high fantasy would you prefer? Let's say, let's match setting with tone.
Setting with tone.
Like dark fantasy or dark fairy tale, something a la Reign of Winter. Do you want
Definitely.
more gritty, medieval-based fantasy? It
No.
could be high or low magic. Like Witcher is, more
Pretty low
realistic.
magic.
But I mean, it's mixed, right? Because you have a lot of magic. It's just not as widely available, I guess.
I mean, even Lord of the Rings has low magic, wouldn't you think so?
But Witcher's tone is gritty, a European medieval history realism adjacent,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whereas Lord of the Rings is high fantasy epics.
Yeah.
So you lean more towards dark fantasy and dark fairy tale, right?
Think Alice in Wonderland, almost. Just
Trippy.
where things are a little bit not right, where things are definitely out there in comparison to the real world, and there's not as much sense because of it, but not like, oh yeah, my wife died of syphilis, and then my daughter died of syphilis, and then I died of syphilis, but it turns out I can't actually die.
You want your issues
Did
to
you
not
die of
be
dysentery?
like violence and disease based, like real world. You want your issues to be, my son got cursed and got turned into a statue. Could you go fight the monster
Yes.
that did this?
Yes.
Is this why
Yeah.
you like, even if it is lower magic, something like Forbidden Lands, because of how it twists a lot of the ideas of standard fantasy?
I do like that. I think that's just because I like being a little dog man.
Bark.
Bark indeed.
Then I got to ask after that,
Yes.
if you were planning a fantasy campaign either to run or be a part of today, what kind of fantasy campaign would you be most interested in? Something role-play focused like Intrigue, something with a lot of exploration, or something that is like dungeon delving?
Dungeon delving specifically because I would want to hurt you guys if I ran it.
Oh, if you ran it, what if you
Yes.
played it?
I would want it to be roleplay centric because I don't want to be hurt.
You say you would hurt us, but if you ran a dungeon delving campaign, especially for me and Jacob as players, we would eat it up.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you held your finger
Jacob
up.
just
Jacob.
held his finger up over his mouth.
I mean, you say we'd eat it up, but if they wanted to hurt us,
We'd take it.
the DM can hurt stuff real bad.
but we'd take it and make new
I
characters.
see you've passed that. No, you didn't.
What if you didn't?
What if you didn't?
Okay, I would hurt you fairly within the
of
rules.
course,
I wouldn't
of
be like, you
course.
know what, you got a natural 20, but I don't like the way you looked at me yesterday.
Boulder falls on your head.
Well, as long as you give Jacob some loot at the end of the dungeon, I think he'd suffer.
Yeah,
through
he'll be
anything.
happy. He just wants
Oh
loot.
my god.
Just want to get my character to be stronger so they can get better stuff later.
We actually, I'm going to take a quick aside here. We're playing Forbidden Lands with our little Friday group from Albert Inn, just a little private game. And they just got their first stronghold, and we're actually, unlike our season, we actually have time to sit around for an hour and plan out stuff. Because, when we recorded it, I gave you basically a mostly functioning stronghold, so you wouldn't have to spend 3 episodes getting it up to where you wanted it.
Yep.
And Jacob is already spreadsheeting out, all right, well, we need this, this, and this so we can hire these people, and then we can hire more people to do. And it's like he's got it all planned out because he likes money and TTRPGs.
I built a stronghold thing.
You built a function in the stronghold.
function.
Yeah.
And I was a happy man.
You built a quarry.
I yearned for the mines.
So
The halflings. They yearn for the mines.
That's right.
What is your response to your friend Mario here? What kind of fantasy setting kind of gets you going? What's your favorite to play in? And are there any that you don't like?
Well, I've not gotten to play much of it, but I actually love the sci-fi world fantasy setting.
Yes.
I want to fly a starship. I want to visit other planets. I want to have starship combat, shoot laser guns, and have high-tech armor. That just tickles my fancy. But to have this sort of world where it's almost like, say, your Star Wars universe, where you could easily go to a planet where it's it's more low tech, so you can experience the best of both. But no, I would love that. Eat that up. I'd play some Starfinder in a heartbeat.
Okay, then how do you feel? Actually, I'm going to take a quick note here. There was a Hero Lab sale online recently. Yearly life essence extraction from my wallet. And I bought a bunch of Starfinder stuff because I have a dream.
Yes.
I don't know when, probably never going to be able to play Starfinder, but I have a dream that I'll play Starfinder one day. And I got stuff on sale to support that dream. But I got to know. So you like Starfinder and Star Wars kind of stuff. How does that translate to on the scale of space fantasy like Starfinder, Star Wars, down to something like Alien or The Expanse that's more grounded in Earth solar system? How do you feel about those?
Aliens in space, not on Earth.
But sure, okay, but it's based on Earth expanding, right?
Okay.
Going out of the solar system. Whereas Starfinder, there's no Earth. Earth, not der.
Well, okay, all right. Oh, you mean okay?
And Star Wars, there's no Earth. Earth, not der.
Stuff like that wouldn't bother me too much. I just like the expansion of the world and being able to visit different places. But that's not my only one I like. I do enjoy the high fantasy / low fantasy setting. And then I thought of one. I wouldn't mind something set in a familiar world, sort of like ours, is sort of post-apocalyptic or something.
Ooh.
Where survival becomes difficult because of some factor that made the world different. You end up having to get around.
Fallout.
Something sort of like that. I love that type of stuff. I'd eat that up too. I wouldn't care if we didn't have magic or anything like that. That wouldn't bother me because I tend to play low magic characters except for my one druid.
That reminds me of Hope Finder, that 2E Pathfinder hack, and that looked really fun.
I would eat up stuff like that in a heartbeat.
You don't like undead. That's nothing but undead.
It's not the undead. I'm so fucking tired of everything being bad.
I hear that. And it's also Seattle, so.
At least it's not Detroit.
I have nothing against
I find
Seattle.
something
I'm sorry.
fascinating about watching humanity, about the concept of humanity persevering beyond some tragic event. But first thing I'd do is go to Starfinder.
Yeah.
Sci-fi world all the way.
Oh, yeah. Is there any setting in particular that just doesn't do it for you, though, Kat?
I'm not a fan of the big horror stuff.
Mood.
Nope. I see that in my dreams too much, my nightmares. I don't want it.
Mood.
I don't need to have things that chase me that I can't stop. I don't want to have things chase me that I can't stop. I don't need old, creepy world, scary like all the stuff that Jacob loves. So y'all ever play that? Count me out. I'll join another group.
It's the perfect opportunity to
have more
dress
nightmares?
yourself up in like a little tiger print Speedo, just beat the shit out of whatever is chasing you, and then California girls on them.
I mean, you know what I'd do in that world? I'd just be the most low fantasy, you beat the mess out of them with a baseball bat type.
So I got a question then. So if you were going to play in a sci-fi-ish campaign, let's say Starfinder, for example, since we've been talking about it, what kind of campaign would you want to be in? Like tone-wise, adventure-wise, would you want to be
Cosmic horror.
doing exploration? How would you feel if there was like some element of cosmic horror as part of the campaign? Or would you want to do the like space equivalent of dungeon delving? Like where on the spectrum campaign-wise would be cool?
To my favorite space
If
dungeon.
they added elements
A
of
dungeon.
cosmic horror, I'd be fine with that. Just not a whole game that centers on it.
Just like a little sprinkle, a little spice.
Yeah, a little
here and
sprinkle
there.
here and there is
A
fine.
little bit of dark tapestry there. A smidgen of Cthulhu there.
I'd be so
Some
excited.
Rovagog.
Just every so often, you're playing Alien Isolation.
I'd be excited to be in the sci-fi world so much that I'd take whatever it took to get a group, so long as it wasn't like uber dark, super dark.
To clarify,
Fortunately, space is really dark.
it is dark,
And
but you
I
have
mean,
lights.
like, no one
I
can
know
very
what
dark.
you mean.
I want some happiness to it, some hope.
Unfortunately for the
Always
show,
hope.
we've actually played Starfinder before, so it doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second.
We
We
played it.
barely
We
touched it.
played like
got-
one session that
I got a
counts.
taste, and then it was ripped out
like
from underneath me.
An hour and a half to 2 hours.
Maybe it's because it was low level though, but I've heard people complain about Starship Combat. I loved it.
that was less than our test sessions for this game.
Micah played with us, and he was our pilot in that game, and it was wonderful.
It was.
It was
great.
so much fun. You had to synergize, and there was a group, and every position was equally important.
Jacob had
And I got to be a cute little rat guy.
a cute
With
little
a-
rat man with a robot that was an ex-police bot that was very brutal to your
Yes.
enemies.
Do not resist.
You had
Yep.
RoboCop as your little companion.
I did. Completely at odds with my character, who was just so happy and bubbly.
It's really funny though. Well, I'll answer for things that I do not like in terms of tabletop settings.
Yeah.
I don't like superhero games. Tabletop.
Okay, I hear that.
I've listened to a couple different shows play them. They're okay for people who like that. I've never been into superhero stuff like for most of my life anyway. And so it just does not do it for me. No matter how you spin it, it doesn't do it for me at all.
Totally get that.
As a player, I don't care about horror. I'll have it like we talked with Kat sprinkled in here and there.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I don't like cosmic horror and horror stuff as a long ongoing theme. Not that it freaks me out. I just get so tired of it. As a GM, I love running a horror thing here and there because of like spooking the crap out of my players.
You get real into it when you DM horror. You get really into it. You like to set the atmosphere, turn
Yeah.
off the lights, pull out your little candles.
It works. When I ran you through there's a haunted house in the second book of Rune Lords.
Oh, yeah.
That was legendary. Whenever I was running you
And
through.
Dartrosa.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't
Dartrosa.
haunted,
It kind
though.
of felt like it, though.
More recently, when I ran our Friday Forbidden Lands group through the fort where Bluefang died, rip.
Rip.
That was fun.
Rip to shreds.
But as a player and GM, in terms of settings I really like, I mean, I like a lot of stuff. Recently, I've been kind of hooked on Victorian era steampunk stuff, not just because of this campaign, but because I've been listening to a lot of Blades in the Dark plays or content. And I just think that stuff's super neat.
Yeah.
I could go for that.
I am not the biggest fan of steampunk stuff.
I mean, I'm not.
Very specifically because of steam-powered giraffe.
That's fair, but it's not base vanilla steampunk that I'm into. It's more the like eldritch spin on it that works really well. Like that's pretty cool. It
Like
leans
the
into
spirit
horror.
in the machine.
Yeah, actually.
It's Blades in the Dark is not just steampunk. It can be whatever you want it to be. It could be hella steampunk. It could be hella spooky.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Although if I had my druthers of anything,
I gotta guess.
what do you think it would be, Kat?
You want to play in a historic world, like World War II or something.
Oh no, you want to play
You want
that?
to be realistic fiction.
I would love to GM alternate history based on real events because that's my jam.
I knew that. I was waiting for it.
Love the newer Wolfenstein games, like New Order or whatever. Alternate history stuff is my jam.
What's that? Weird Worlds?
Weird War
Worlds.
2.
Weird War 2. Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to run that, but like if I did that, I would go the extra mile to put in all the historical research, and it probably would just make me upset because I would put in all this effort and the players would just want to play a game. And so it's like when you homebrew a lot of stuff in your world.
Why
and
aren't
your
you
players,
role-playing my Colonel right? That's not the choice he made.
That's not too much like that. Just like having lore dripping around all of you, and you just beeline it to whatever you want to do.
See the side option at one point, DMing a Clone Wars adventure.
Oh man.
Oh, now that would be a lot of fun.
That is another thing. You got me a splat book for one of the Star Wars RPGs that had content for Clone Wars.
Yep.
I'd love to play a clone trooper. I've talked about if we ever did Starfinder, wanting to play an analog of like a clone soldier because I think that's a super cool thing to role play and explore.
Yeah.
But yeah, my problem is I GM a lot of stuff and we run a podcast and it's kind of all I have time to
So,
GM.
clankers are dumb. Clone
Here's my
troopers all the
final
way.
question, Derek.
Yes.
Do you know where I can get a blowjob?
Centuries before the Starstone was raised. Not answering that
From a
question.
beautician.
The Wizard Kings, Nex and Geb, warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable magic wasteland. From the glowing ashes of the Mana Waste arose Alkenstar, the city of smog, a metropolis of airships, skyscrapers, factories, and clockwork wonders. To the world, Alkenstar is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable odds. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the competition. And it is here that a desperate group, hungry for revenge, living on the edge of the law, hunts for the ones who cast them out. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar.
I couldn't take it any longer. I was trying so hard to be good and not interrupt.
I don't know if any of this is going to make it into
hand
the
got
final
bumped.
cut, but I was waving around the old horny stick, the little bump
Listen,
stick.
they could hear what happened. You ain't got to explain nothing. Don't explain nothing to them.
I don't know if I'm going to leave
What
it
about
in.
what
What about the
Secret
secret one in the
audience.
kitchen?
But Jacob
I
was
love how
freaking
Drow
out.
and I were both pointing at the kitchen.
While I was waving the stick, he was freaking out like a cat because he saw a hair or
There's a
something.
hair. I was gonna
he
grab
stuck his
it.
hand over my GM screen, and I
Smacked it.
Bonked
it.
him.
What do you think I'm going to do? Grab this and yeet it?
Yes.
No.
To cheat.
That'd
You
be
cheatsy.
He's not a
horrible.
cheater. He's
That'd be horrible.
he plays metagame, but he's not a
I
cheater.
metagame all the time.
no, he'd just do it in a fit of rage because I'd roll a natural 20 and he'd get mad again.
You stop that.
I was actually re-listening to the early part of season 3 this past week.
Yes.
And I forgot how often I rolled a natural 20 like a couple times, and Jacob would get so
mad.
salty.
We can't afford to take that kind of damage. We only have 3 people.
Not only that, none of us are a tank.
It is illegal for you to critical.
None of us are a tank, and I am only barely a healer.
It's like I'm the closest thing we got to a tank, and I'm a rogue for crying out loud. Though you have a surprising amount of hit point to Sakir.
I
Tank,
am
tank, tank.
not the tank, but I am the backup reserve.
I'm Chester.
Well, before we jump into resuming where we were, let's do a quick recap, and then I'm going to set a fun scene for us. When we last left Micah's Angels, a lot of stuff had happened. You had made your way back to Hellside after being assaulted by a fiend.
Rudely assaulted.
Rudely assaulted.
Rudely.
You failed a chase. You fought off the fiend. You crawled your way back to the barely
I was
blood
so
hill.
sad that we failed the chase. Chase mechanics were so much fun.
They are.
They are.
However, it was really fucking funny
But
to
it's
just
like-
absolutely immolate that
Yeah,
man.
we did get to kill like a demon genie, so
It's pretty good.
you know.
But when you made your way back to Hellside, you found this apartment that Shoma Lyzerius supposedly operates out of.
I'm sorry. We got back to the tavern. I played cards with the dog man.
You did.
You did.
But you eventually made your way
Okay.
to Hellside. And when you got there, you unlocked the door, or rather, Alonzo forcibly unlocked the door, and you started exploring this apartment but it looked like no one had really been there, especially like the bedroom looked completely untouched. And you found a hidden door in the back. I should also note here that as soon as you did enter the apartment, Alonso got a crossbow bolt to the shoulder.
Yeah.
So in retribution, I took the crossbow.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
But you found this secret door and you started going back. And I had you all roll stealth, and I think that's where we left off. You saw some horrible stuff in here.
Yeah, there was a little imp man.
Yep, and that's where we left off. But before we pick up with Micah's angels and their pursuit of Shoma Lyzerius, I have a fun little cutscene that we're going to have. So, while all this is happening, a postman with a very bushy mustache walks up to a unassuming townhouse in Ferris Quarter and drops off the mail. And a woman comes and picks up the mail and starts looking through the letters. Kat, do you want to describe what she looks like?
She is a half-elf woman, very tall, and she has fiery red, long, wavy hair. And you can tell that she works. Her father's the tanner, but she's still very beautiful.
And she looks through these letters, and we see one familiar one that Alonso sent out only just an episode ago from the Barrel and Bullet Saloon. And she opens the letter, and do you want to have Alonso narrate?
Yes,
the
I
letter
will.
that she reads.
And she reads it with her new husband.
She better not.
This is my ex's last will and testament.
All right. Dearest Eleanor, I write you this letter to warn you that it could be my last for some time. The less you know, the better, should they ask you about my whereabouts or my actions. If you haven't already seen my face on the posters, you should know that there's a bounty on me now. They will pay for tarnishing my good name, but more importantly, I'll be damned if they make us wait for our happiness together much longer. Be wary and be smart, my love. If they ask, you know nothing, and it's true, and not because I don't trust you. Should the worst somehow befall me, what little I have left to my name is yours. Check my father's favorite lockbox. You'll know the one. Take care of yourself, and let your father know I don't actually dislike him as much as I act like I do. He raised you well, into someone I can't help but love. Yours always, Al.
Aww.
She folds the letter, she tucks it into a pocket, she pulls out a little handkerchief, wipes away a small tear.
Pulls out a gun, cocks it, and goes to kill Muglin.
Eleanor BBEG.
Why are you beating around the bush? Just go shoot him.
That is an excellent letter. Good job, Kat.
Good
was so
job.
sweet.
That was
Al is
beautiful.
a secret romantic.
Oh, wait. It's Loveless that you. It should be a little bit hard just to go up and kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while that touching scene is happening, Al, the secret romantic, is going to be rolling initiative with his stealth score from last episode.
No.
Yeah.
I love getting to roast stealth.
You just.
Oh no, you've condemned yourself now,
I was about to say, you just wrote a romantic letter.
You just wrote a romantic
I want to
letter.
go fight this
Hey,
guy.
I
You're
said-
gonna die.
I set this up on purpose.
That's it.
If
That
I
is
lose
it for
Alonso,
you.
he gets a heartfelt ending.
And you
You're
get
right.
to play her.
Eleanor.
Yes.
Eleanor.
You don't know that's my plan.
She's a
We get to
barbarian.
play the 3-month-old fetus inside of her.
Oh no. Alonso did the equivalent of I'm going to
It's my last
propose.
day on the force.
I'm going to propose
I
when I
got
get
flowers
home.
and everything.
I got flowers and everything. Oh no.
I'm a nice
R.I.P.
police
pilot.
officer, and it's the last day on the force.
If there's
Yeah.
anything that kills characters faster, it's having a plan for the next day
Yep.
about retiring or doing something, or having character art drawn.
Oh, ha.
All right. Well, so yeah, let me describe the room that you see as you're entering it, and then we'll get into initiative here. The acrid smell of chemicals fills this chamber. A large table stands in the center of the room with a half-finished humanoid construct laying atop it. The north and west walls of the room have a large L-shaped table covered with alchemical equipment. Shelves and cabinets obscure the remaining walls. A 20-foot-long hallway exits to the north, which is where you guys are entering from, while doors exit to the south and to the west. And again, you see sitting atop this humanoid construct laying on the table a gross little impish blob, a small figure.
My favorite.
And I'm going to do something real quick here.
I'm going to name him Mochi.
Oh my God.
Alonzo, there is something wrong with the aura about you. It's though you've just done something romantic and sweet. You've doomed us all.
Why would you do that? You can't be so romantic. No!
You've made plans with somebody external. You can only make plans with us from now on.
You had hope for happiness in the future. How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you be so happy and well-rounded?
Arf.
That's why Chester has no romantic interest. It means he can never die. It's not his last day on the force.
Chester's in love with Saikir.
It gives him a good motivation to want to clear his name
Saikir scares him.
and stay alive.
That's why.
That's their relationship.
Oh, Saikir is terrifying, but cool. You want Saikir on your side.
I didn't think that I was making Saikir that scary.
You threaten to replace somebody limb for limb with machine parts.
Upon first meeting you, yes.
And you atomize your enemies.
Well, that's just good because they're on our side. So that's
Exactly. You only want Saikir on your side.
happy. That's right. We turn our enemies into Adam.
Your name is now Adam. Chester, we must sacrifice him or else we will all be doomed by his romantic...
Shove him in. Close the door now.
Shove him in. Close the door.
With my superior intellect, I can tell that's what's got to happen.
You did this to yourself.
Devise a stratagem. Shove.
Yeah, but-
closed door.
In reality, they don't know. Chester and Saikir don't know that Alonzo has sent said letter.
No.
Sure.
We followed him.
You're right. We don't know.
We followed him. We can smell the sadness radiating
Smell
off of him.
the romance.
Well, all right.
Why did you put so much cologne on specifically your left hand?
Let me rein it back in here. I got your
Please.
initiative loaded in. You guys rolled stealth, and these guys rolled perception.
I need to defend myself. Hang on.
It's like putting it on the letter.
Like putting it on the letter.
I understand,
Not
but
masturbating with cologne.
it was you. What was I supposed to expect?
Oh.
Are we done talking about hand
Please. Please.
I'm surprised you're asking about are we done talking about hand smells as opposed to are we done talking about masturbation?
Can we please just play Pathfinder?
All right, so whenever we last left you guys, you rolled stealth for initiative.
Pretty big part of Pathfinder.
I mean, you're
I'm
shockingly not
surrounded
wrong.
by idiots.
Don't you act disappointed, Dayrak.
Okay, to be fair. Okay.
I'll beat you with the horny stick. I'll bonk you all.
I'll bonk you.
Excuse me, I happen to be the least of the problems
Oh
here.
my god.
You get the lightest bonk. I like you. I'll bonk you last. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Anyway, when we last left you guys, you rolled stealth for initiative.
Oh yeah.
And I have all these guys roll perception.
Did we win?
Unfortunately,
Oh.
I can't remember what I rolled.
Oh, he's got
I wrote it down in my notes. You rolled a 25.
That's
pretty
good.
Unfortunately, I rolled slightly better.
Dang it.
A 20 mix 6.
The real question is, did everything roll better than me? Curse my cursed die.
So let's jump into this as you're coming in.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this thing like see us walk in, yell at its things, or have we just not gotten there yet?
We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, so we're just rolling initiative. All right.
Yeah. So the first thing that's going to act right now is you walk into the room, Alonzo, and you see the imp little guy sitting on this humanoid figure, and you also see these 3 clockwork handlers in the room. Your old buddies from the bank. Good to see friends again, right? And this one starts creaking and
Did he
stands
fucking
up.
transform?
Transformer.
And he steps over to you, Alonzo.
Uh-oh.
What is he gonna do?
Just gonna say.
If he makes a
please.
physical attack, I nimble dodge.
He's going to politely ask for us to leave the premises.
Please leave.
No, he's just
so
going to invite us for tea.
Oh yes.
First
Tea and
action,
biscuits.
step up, and second action, punch you with his fist.
Nimble dodge.
No
All right.
crumpets.
No crumpets.
No
It's going to be
crumpocalypse.
crump.
His fist is named Crumpet.
Oh.
Same.
Natural 7 for a total of 14.
Nope.
Great.
All right, he's gonna try again with his other fist
Skill issue.
named T.
Fisty?
Natural 4, so that's going to be like 7 total. So
You
no.
miss.
He misses you both with the crumpets and with the T.
You know what I just realized?
Yes.
I make fun of him when he misses. I get super angry when he criticals. I need to stop both of those. Those are toxic traits.
And
It's okay,
It's funny.
I'm the DM.
We're
You're
performers.
You are the DM. You don't count. All right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being the DM, the second one's going to come up to Alonzo here.
Oh my goodness.
Schwamp, schwamp, schwamp. And he's going to first action step, second action.
He swamps up.
I've already nimble dodged.
Yep.
Swamps.
18 to hit.
Miss.
Ooh, 20 total. Adjusted 20.
You got me that time.
Baby!
What is your AC?
19 without nimble dodge, which is
Okay.
21.
You are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Feels like old times. I bet that number is a whole lot smaller now than it used to feel like. Okay. Alonzo Tinrivet, it is now your turn. So
The imp hasn't moved, has he?
he has not, and by the rules, because you rolled stealth for initiative, and that he hasn't moved, you as a rogue will be able to use your sneak attack on him.
I also should note that I said, and I remember this because I wrote it down,
Oh.
I drew and loaded the crossbow before we entered these rooms. So my brand new heavy crossbow was ready for a stealth shot.
Hey, give him what for?
Get him!
Give him what 5 even.
Get him!
What
So
even 6?
Alonzo levels and sets to aim the new heavy crossbow.
Now
imagining that this imp could potentially be who set the trap that hurt him.
Nat 20.
Okay, not terrible. It's a nat 12, so that's a 20 to hit.
20 to hit.
Had
I
a 1 in
think
it. And a 2 in it.
will hit,
He's flat-footed to me.
but there's an important thing. All right, yeah. You are in melee range of these two clockwork handlers,
There you have it.
and they both have the attack of opportunity
This
reaction.
is the first time we've come up against this.
It's not
It makes
actually.
sense that I
Well, this is the first time we've been hit by it.
It came up in the second episode, I think. But yeah.
let him swing.
I forgot.
They gotta roll good to hit me.
Wang.
For those who don't know, attack of opportunity is a reaction. Not everyone has it. Fighters I know get it, but these guys have it. Whenever a creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or a move action or makes a ranged attack or leaves the square during a move action it's using, you can lash out at that foe. Because your foe leaves an opening, you make a melee strike against the triggering creature. If your attack is a critical hit and the trigger was a manipulate action, you disrupt that action. This strike doesn't count towards your multiple attack penalty, and your multiple attack penalty doesn't apply to this strike.
However, I should note this is a calculated move. If I make it, I'm going to do a good deal of damage.
Yeah, so
Yes.
what I was reading that for is it doesn't really disrupt what you're doing, but you'll take a hit from their highest attack bonus. So both of them are going to get
right.
a hit on you. Natural 9, or rather, natural 2 for a total of 9.
Nope.
My bad.
Oh, thank God.
Natural 4 for a total of 11.
No.
All right,
Wow.
make your attack on the little
It was a 20.
dude.
Did the 20 hit?
Oh, yeah, that does hit. Oh, and by the way, I have some fun art of him.
Oh, I totally want to see
Do
the
we
art.
get to see this fat little impumunculus?
Goop man.
I have to get new dice.
Show me Mochi.
This uses dice I haven't picked up yet. I haven't used a D10
Oh,
in this
never
game
mind.
yet.
His name's not Mochi.
This is what Mochi looks like.
Oh, never
No.
mind.
Why is
His name is the gargoyle from the show Gargoyles.
Oh,
name
he's
is Slurp.
nasty.
Slurp.
Slurp?
Okay, so
Him nasty.
you hit. Roll your damage for me, please.
Plus a
I feel like he's stinky.
plus my
He
sneak
looks
attack,
stinky.
which is I always forget. I shouldn't. 1d6.
It's 1d6 until level 5.
Oh yes. Oh. I just rolled 2 9s.
Oh.
So 2 9s is 18. And that is plus nothing. I didn't think it was on the crossbow. Plus the d6, which is a 4. So that's 22 damage.
That's a sexy little bit.
And then I drop the crossbow. Wham!
What are you doing? You stop that. Oh, I don't like
Is he dead?
Is he dead? Is he dead?
Is he dead?
Is he D-E-E-E-E-D?
Did I
Is he
one shot?
DED?
Did you make him too weak for us?
Is he D-A-D?
Dad?
Dead!
Dad, is he Dad? Did Dad come back?
You came back from milking the cows!
You killed my dad!
You look really different now!
I'll end your life!
Oh, okay, thank goodness.
Oh.
So, Fun fact, peek behind the
Yes.
screen a little bit. This guy is supposed to have the elite template.
Yeah.
And it wasn't clicked on. So you would have one shot at, what's your total again?
22.
Oh, thank God. I'll live another day. Another round even.
Why do you think I took the risk and did this attack? I wanted to do big damage.
Okay, otherwise he would have been super duper dead.
Heckin' dead.
He would have been hella
dead.
killed.
Numbers popped up to set minus 22.
Yeah, it did.
I love it.
Cool. It's like a video game.
So I don't know if you saw this yesterday on Foundry, but Blue Fang was still on the little battle tracker.
Yeah, he was.
And I was looking at his token, and then I saw +1 dead. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Rest in peace,
on
Blue
that,
Fang.
in that game, I was using Foundry for that
Classic.
Forbidden Lands game, and so I
my
moved him
God.
down to the bottom of the combat tracker, just get him out of the way. You're like, what? Well, who's down there? Oh, that's Blue Fang. Oh, and I was like, oh yeah, well, we'll just leave him down there, plus dead.
So, Derek, is
Yeah.
dropping the crossbow an action?
I think it's a free action to drop it.
Better be a free action.
Okay.
All you
Free
gotta do
action
is
drop. Will I incur an attack of opportunity to draw my rapier?
That
anymore.
would be. Is that a manipulate action?
I believe so.
Are you going to get smacked again?
They've already used their reaction.
Unless
Okay.
they've got
So
another one.
It doesn't matter. Hey, I mean, I don't know this
Manipulate.
game
You
that
physically
well, but
manipulate an item, make gestures to use an action with a trait, creatures without blah 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 blah.
I believe drawing a weapon is a manipulate. Yes.
I'm just going to double check here. Yeah, it's a manipulate action. I don't think it's one of those things it's not like specifically listed from what I can see. No, it's an interact action, I think. Yeah, well, I mean, drawing a weapon falls under the manipulate trait. So you would provoke again their reaction, but they have already used the reaction this round, so you're good. So that's one action to shoot, free action drop, one action to draw.
And then I'm going to attack the one that hit me.
Babe, I don't remember which one hit you.
Did one hit you?
Yes,
Yeah,
one
one
hit
of
me.
them
I
hit
took 7
him.
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, which one do you want to attack? The one to in front of you or the
I'll
one to
just
your
assume
side?
the one in front of me hit me.
Alrighty. Go ahead, make me your
And so I
side.
attack that one with my second attack bone.
With your second attack bone. Bone saw. Bone saw.
Oh, that's a natty 19.
Ooh.
I'm trying to make sure that doesn't
Is it
actually
forcible as a
count as a
Critical?
critical for me.
Oh, no, it does, you just add it up and tell
It's
him.
numeric.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
tell
it's
me.
numeric. Not threat ranges.
Okay, that is a 29 to hit.
29 total,
Yeah, my rapier is plus 10.
That's all.
even with your second attack?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. It's not. You're right, 24. I looked at the wrong one. My
Okay.
bad.
Almost a critical, but not quite. So roll your
Still a hit, though, right?
Still a hit, no sneak attack because this one's acted
yeah,
already.
this one's
for you.
acted already.
No snack.
Oh, minimum damage 5.
Snack.
Piercing,
All right.
should it matter.
It shaves off a little bit because remember these guys have resistance.
That's about all I can do is physical damage, though.
Yeah. All right. There
If
we
you
go.
believe hard enough, you could do magic damage.
It's all about to believe.
But I do believe that was a stellar turn on my part, and I'm thrilled.
That's a lot of damage. All right.
That's a lot of damage.
A little bit of fairy dust. Think a happy thought. Stab.
I know I've left the way blocked, but I did damage while I had my best try.
Chester Williams. It's your turn.
Williams. Chester.
It's your turn.
Boop. Let's try this again.
Jacob.exe
Alright,
does not work.
Is that what you said?
He got the operator tone going on his head.
Chester is going to knowledge check McBlob.
Okay.
Slurp.
Schlurp.
What should I roll?
Oh, that's a good question. You should roll. Okay. Let me check my table here real quick.
Religion for a planar creature?
Arcana or crafting. I wonder which one you're going to
I
roll.
can choose crafting?
Yeah.
Hot dog! Yeah, I'm going crafting. Woo! I missed the tower, but I landed in the box. 21.
Woo!
21. Okay.
Mission
this-
failed successfully.
You want to know what
That's
this
right.
is?
Yes, please.
It is a homunculus.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a smirk guy. He's got smirk guy minions.
What would you like to know about homunculus dude? Actually, let me be correct. It is a genderless homunculus.
Of course,
But everything is a
one-
dude to me.
Was this one created by putting
dude can
semen
be
in an egg?
non-gendered.
Dude is a non-gender term. You're right.
By the
what was
way,
that question, Drow?
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
Do you remember the person that was trying to create a homunculus by injecting things into a chicken egg?
What?
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 Somebody was trying to
No.
make a homunculus by injecting their own semen into a chicken egg.
What?
Ah, that's bad
Yes.
fact. Bad facts.
according to my cheat sheet, my releasing of my weapon should not have triggered a reaction, aka
Yeah.
page 470.
Yeah, but you taking a ranged
Ooh.
attack is what triggered the reaction.
Oh, that,
It's
but I meant
nice
like
when they have
dropping my
page
weapon
numbers.
shouldn't have.
I like it.
Ooh.
Hey, all you people out there who make the cheat sheets, please put your page numbers on there.
Oh, yes, please.
I put
So
this
good.
cheat sheet in the Discord.
Chester
You'd
would
love
like
it.
to know if it is weak to something and if it is resistant to something.
The homunculus.
Yes.
It has no specific weaknesses
Uh-huh.
or any resistances. However, it has a lot of immunities from having the construct trait. It is immune to bleed, death effects, to disease, to doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, necromancy, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, and unconscious.
My whip could not hurt this creature. Fun fact. I'm not using my whip, though. Chester's going to pull out a bomb and throw it
What
at
about fucking exploded?
I'm going to give
That
it...
might work.
Is it resistant to fucking exploded?
Eat this, you wizard bitch.
Parry this.
Oh, no. He can't bleed.
I love that. It's the old Star Wars meme. It's like, oh, the Jedi can parry lightsaber. The lightsabers can parry blaster bolts. Mandalorian pulling out a shotgun. Parry this, you
this.
wizard bitch.
So I am
the
within 20
Mandalorian.
feet of it.
Okay.
And I rolled a 13 plus. That's not what I need.
Are you devising a stratagem?
No, I didn't have enough time to do that. I have to pull the bomb out and throw it. 13 plus 8. No, that's a blight bomb moderate.
That's a 21, Jacob.
Stratagem undevised.
There we go. 13 plus 8 is 21.
I'm going to give it cover
You don't
Why?
have to do that.
because you are
Because of Alonzo.
You have Psycheer and Alonzo in front of you, and he's around a corner to you.
Are you gonna fucking hit us? That'd be really funny.
I mean, I shouldn't. Because I didn't, like, fail or anything.
Like, I'm
Even
fully
if I
expecting
fail.
to catch Alonzo in my scream.
Just, disc bomb empty.
You have to go around a corner, but you still have a line on him, so that would count as normal cover. With a 21, that's his AC exactly. You hit.
Oh,
Spot
spicy,
on.
dicey. All right, so this is... I did not devise a stratagem, so this will only be 2d6 plus 2.
What kind of bomb is this?
A moderate lightning bottle.
okay.
That's a
Make
6 on
lightning?
the die. A 6 on the die plus 2
Whoa.
is max damage for 14 damage.
Sweet.
Would you like to describe your kill?
The bottle lands on it and it explodes.
And he
Homunculus
dies.
D's nuts.
And also, that robot who is adjacent to it, any enemy or anyone adjacent to it gets 2 electric damage.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm not adjacent right now.
You're not Jason.
Adjacent. It's a fun
Hello,
word.
Jason.
Yes, it is a fun word.
Yeah, you do 2 damage to the... This is the construct in front of Alonzo, because he's adjacent to it.
I
technically.
guess I shouldn't have said Yeet. I should have said Kobe because it was so accurate.
Isn't Jason the...
That's Chad.
No, the one that gets absolutely dunked
Jason.
on.
Oh, yes.
All right, so every time Drow has mentioned this, for clarity, Drow has a meme stuck in their head right now. It's the one from the Friday the 13th game, right? Where like someone like dances over top of Jason with the Speedo on.
The
with
leopard
California
print
girl.
Speedo.
Sorry.
That is me playing Just Dance.
That is.
In a leopard print Speedo?
No. Though I would totally wear a leopard print swimming suit, just not a Speedo.
No.
Would you dance to California girls while doing dancing over Jason?
Yes.
If you got me an 80s style leotard, yeah, probably would. With Just Dance.
Do you want the leg
Okay.
warmers?
Yes, leg warmers, and little wrist warmers.
Yeah.
Man,
New
your
meme
hair has
idea.
to be
high ponytail?
curly.
Ponytail. Oh my god.
New version of this meme idea: Chester dancing over an electrocuted homunculus in a speedo. All right,
Daisy Dukes bikinis on tap.
Oh, man. That just did me a D6 of mental damage.
I would like to
Girls.
take a 4th action to do the California Girls dance.
I'm sorry.
From where I am.
That's a 3-action activity.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, I know what I'm spending my turn on.
Yeah, everything around it gets 2 electric damage, and that is Chester's turn.
All right. So, fun fact though, these guys are weak to electricity. So that splash damage triggers it, and they go down a little bit more. I almost forgot about that. Okay, well, it's the other Clockwork Handler's turn. The last Clockwork Handler that hasn't acted yet is going to go up to Alonzo, surrounding him now.
Alonzo.
Alonzo's gonna
and-
get the shit kicked out of him.
Going to go take a swing
It
at
was
the boy.
calculated.
Ooh, natural
was-
18.
But boy,
was
am I bad
fated.
at math.
That's going to be a 25 total.
Yeah, that hits, but it is not a critical.
Yeah,
Thank God.
You're going to take 6
Also,
points of bludgeoning damage.
I've
from
already
that.
used up my nimble dodge, correct?
Yeah, it's still
It's
same.
not been my turn again yet.
It's still round 1, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So that's going to be 6 points total bludgeoning damage from the first
Okay.
attack. Second attack, natural 19.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Baby! And I don't have a negative modifier, so that'll hit again. For minimum damage, 5 points of
Whew,
bludgeoning
thankfully,
damage.
it was minimum.
All right, that's his turn. Psyche here, the observer. the
I am
sanctioned.
ready to roll.
All right, what do you want to do?
First things first, I gotta see if I explode.
Yes, please.
Oh, thank God. I do not explode.
Explodent.
Let me see if I have expended any of my spells. First and foremost, I have, actually. So I would be getting back one of my first level spells.
Pretty sweet.
Is this not the same day as the Din?
This is a fresh day.
This
Okay.
is a fresh day.
We went back
Solid.
after fighting the Jin.
Yeah, you because you went there,
Didn't.
you'd rested, you went to the barrel and bullet, and then you went to Hellside to scope things out, had a fight, and said no, thank you for today. Went back, took a rest for the night, and then came back today.
All right. Beautiful. How hurt are you, Alonzo?
I am under half health.
I'm going to
Remember, I took pretty bad damage from the crossbow.
immediately
yeah.
place my hands on you and cast heal.
Oh, thank you.
I cast harm.
Mighty
Fuck you.
obliged. Hey.
You wrote the letter. Harm.
Nobody gets a happy ending, goddammit!
Uh-oh.
I'm going to do the 2-action version,
Oh, thank you.
so it gets an extra 8.
Okay, so D8
it's
plus
a
8.
D8 plus 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. 10.
Oh, that is still really nice. That takes back one whole hit.
Yeah, it does. All right, so that's 2 actions from you, Psyche here. You have 1 action left. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes, I'm going to lifelink
Okay,
with my last action.
sweet. So that'll take you up to Minor Curse.
Yes.
Okay, so that's your 3rd action. That'll be your turn. All right, top of round 2. This is the meme, but in reverse, where Alonzo's surrounded by the 3 like Tom and Jerry cat thugs.
Wait, does lifelink do healing to begin with?
Yes.
You get a D4.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll that.
I need that healing.
3.
3 healing for you.
Now
and
it's like
then-
I've gotten back 2 hits.
and you'll shave off 3 damage, I think, from each of these upcoming
Thank
hits.
you. I'm in much better shape.
All right, Punchy Boy number 1. Oh,
Nimble
you know what?
dodge.
I should.
No, it's not been my turn yet.
I had forgot I have this trait on my attack. You can use your reaction, and it's a new round if you want to go ahead and spend your reaction.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and spin it for the first hit.
It's easier for me to keep track of reactions by round instead of by when your turn has come up again.
I get that.
Okay, so here we go again. That is going to be a miss on the first attack. Natural 20 on the second
no.
attack.
Oh no.
That'll be a critical.
You stop.
So that's
Oh god.
7 points of damage times 2 is 14 minus 3 from your lifelink, which will be 11 points of damage.
There goes all the healing you just did for me.
Oof.
Oof. Shubapadoo.
Oofta.
And that's only my second attack. So with my third and final most action, I will grab you.
Oh, no.
Oh god.
You are now.
Disgusting.
We were joking. We were joking. Don't kill him.
You are now grabbed.
You can't kill him. It's illegal. It'll look too intentional.
Yeah.
The audience will never believe it happened naturally.
They'll believe we
We'll-
planned this, you and I,
We'll
DM
tell
player.
them. We'll tell them.
We'll rat you out.
You are now grabbed. It is now the second Clockwork Handler's turn. What do I want to do with you?
Shit.
It wants to run. Its master is
I
dead.
didn't crit that time I rolled the natty 19, did I? I did not.
No,
you
because
didn't.
it had
you were on your second
second
attack.
hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alonzo out here feeling like Bono.
Pro bono?
No.
Oh.
But I have kept y'all from taking damage other than the lifelink.
You know, you too, Bono. I want to run. I want to hide.
Yeah, he's pretty hurt.
The second one here is actually going to do an old move,
Oh?
a classic.
Oh, is it going to shoot a javelin?
No, I hate it.
You stop.
Damn it.
Don't be.
But we know that's like 2 actions.
This isn't the same one from the bank, so that's illegal.
It's on my sheet. Siren, 2 actions. It's going to beep. I need everyone to make a fortitude save.
Why?
Oh.
Because of the loudness of it.
Oh. You know what? I'll take fortitude save over more enemies.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Not a good roll. Sure hope this isn't a high save.
I
right.
got a 12.
That's a failure.
17.
That's a pass.
Oh.
I needed it to be a pass.
15.
15 is a pass. Chester, you can't hear anything but
Oh
the
no,
siren.
you're deafened.
What?
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 And you will critically fail perception checks that require hearing and are immune to auditory effects.
Oh.
That means that I can cast my fucking scream through you
You
now.
can yell at me, the opposite direction of the enemies. What?
I have always wanted to do this.
Why is your mouth opening? Like, really wide? And just being held open in my direction?
Why are things dying around me?
What's going on?
All right, and then you would also take a -2 circumstance penalty to perception when you're like near this thing going off. But we'll get to that if we need to.
So basically nothing that matters right now.
Sure. And it's going to take another
Don't like that.
Don't let it.
punch at Alonzo. I don't think, can he attack Psycheer from here? I don't think he can.
You stop attacking Alonzo.
But he's so
Hit me.
punchable.
You might be able
Hurt me.
to, but you'd have to you take really big negatives for being on that corner.
I mean, I
give
don't
you-
blame them for attacking me.
I'm going to go after Psycheer, but with cover. +2 to your
Okay.
AC.
No, what they're like is cover the highest version of that, because I would give them really good cover for that. Not only is Alonzo
Greater cover?
I believe so, if it exists.
All right, well, I'll go after
Like-
Psycheer with greater cover. Add 4 to your AC.
All right.
They've already got me grabbed.
21
It's exactly.
with 4 to your AC.
Yep.
Yes. My
What's your-
AC is 17.
17.
Wow.
Same for Chester.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Delightful. I thought we were done with these things being a threat. No, sir.
Don't
Did
worry.
you fight these things at level 1?
I think these are a little bit.
Advanced
We
version or
managed to
something.
get
These are the
a
exact
sneak
same
attack
things.
in.
It's just.
So you're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage,
That's solid.
and he grabs you.
Okay.
Rude.
You are now restrained. Let me see if I have enough actions for this. I do. Oh, no.
Are you going to handcuff me?
Oh, no, he just hits you. He doesn't grab you. My
Okay.
apologies.
All right.
I'll uncheck it because I need an action to grab.
-1 hug.
Does he
Indeed.
not have an action?
2 action siren,
Be
1
moved.
action hit. That's his turn, but he hits you still. But he can't grab you. Alonzo Tin Rivet, you are grabbed though. It is
Yeah.
now your turn.
All right, can I ungrab myself?
You sure can.
What would I need to roll?
You can make a grabbed creature can use the escape action to get out of the grab. The escape action, you attempt to escape from grabbed, immobilized, or restrained.
Using
Choose.
acrobatics or athletics?
You can attempt it's typically acrobatics or athletics, yeah, and you're going to roll against my athletics DC.
I'm going to use acrobatics because it is higher.
Sweet.
I'm just going to be I'm going to try to be nimble instead of strong to get out.
Alrighty.
Oh, natty 17. That's a 26.
26,
Golf clap,
that
golf
will
clap.
absolutely do it. You
Yes!
are no longer grabbed.
Yay!
Congregations.
I am going to attempt a tumble behind.
Constabulatory.
Okay, so 1 action escape, 1 action tumble
Yeah,
behind.
1 action tumble behind.
All right, roll me that.
Another acrobatics roll. That is a 21 to tumble behind.
That will tumble behind. Let me look at the
Hot
action
dog.
traits real quick. I
Hot
don't think you
dog.
trigger anything. Tumble.
Thing is, though, even if this triggers an attack of opportunity, getting me out of range of all 3 of them is very important to me.
Yeah, the tumbling behind is a variation of tumble through. Tumble through is a action with the move trait, so it will trigger this cavalcade of reactions.
What does it let you do? What does tumble through let you do?
Tumble through lets you go through someone's space.
Okay.
Tumble behind lets you do that and make someone flat-footed. I'm going to double check that tumble behind doesn't say no attack of opportunities.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about.
When you successfully tumble through, the foe whose space you pass through against your next attack is flat-footed against your next attack. So nothing special there.
Yeah.
Tumble through has the move trait.
I've got to get out of here, though. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So it'll still pass.
But I'm no longer grabbed and flat-footed because of it, correct?
Right.
So this ups my AC against these attacks.
Right. And you can activate your nimble dodge if you haven't already.
I activate it.
Have you already done that in the earlier part of the round?
I probably did.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
As soon as
So-
I get it, I activate it.
So you're going to take 3 attack of opportunities, but you will already
Jeez.
successfully
Holy
tumble
shit.
through.
However, I have my full AC back.
Miss with a 17. Miss with another 17. Oh, natural 18 on the last one, though.
Yeah,
so
that
that'll
hits.
hit. You're going to take minimum damage, 5 points of damage.
So
All right,
that's
that is
2.
2.
All right, but you can make your attack against this flat-footed foe. And you finally made space for the rest of the party.
I was trying to get a party in and also be able to get out of 3 attacks at once.
Chester's fan back here.
Chester's good back here.
Alrighty then, I'm gonna attack, and it's flat-footed to me, so I get to do sneak attack damage if I hit.
My only melee weapon does non-lethal, so I can't hurt these guys with a weapon.
Yeah.
That is a 24 to
Yeah.
hit.
24 to hit. That's a critical success.
Yes!
Hot dog!
Hot doggy!
All right, so roll your
I am a cat.
weapon damage
I could
plus
go
your
for a hot dog.
sneak attack. Double
And
it, and then
double
your-
it.
then add your D8 of deadly.
All right. So that is 10. A 6 on the D6 plus 4 is 10, plus 5 sneak attack. So that's 15. Doubled is 30. And
then
then
D8
adding
of
the
deadly.
D8 of deadly, that's
Whoa.
34 damage.
Yeah, he's hella dead to the max. Woofta.
Delicious.
Good job. Okay, so that'll be your turn. That's all 3 actions. Chester Williams.
Chester Williams.
Chester, aka Williams, is going to go down and to the right a little bit.
And it doesn't
Is
matter
that your middle name?
I critical him
AKA
because he
Akka?
did.
Hold on, sorry, taking time.
Chester Akka
Down.
Williams. I kind of like it.
And can I stand here?
I'll allow it.
All right. Jeez. And then Chester's going to play a game he likes to call Throw a Bomb,
Okay.
where he's going to draw a bomb
Okay.
Ooh.
and then throw it.
So move,
Is
draw,
he
bomb,
like
throw.
sketching? Is
Draw.
it?
Pulls out a notepad.
Wow.
Charcoal.
Pulls out an Etch-a-Sketch.
Chester works in charcoals.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine
Etch
it.
a sketch. Let me double check in some real quick. He's going to pull out an alchemist's fire and just chuck that at the robot that is furthest to the north. The
Okay.
one that with the splash damage won't hit Alonzo.
The robot
Thank
to
you.
the north.
I missed the hole again.
Oh no.
But that was a 4 on the die.
Ouchies.
Plus 8 is 12.
That's going to be a miss.
It takes 2 fire damage.
Okay.
And I believe the one next to it does as well.
Okay.
But that will be it.
You still did some damage.
Just take the splash damage.
Silly creature.
Yeah, because you still hit its spot. You just miss it, right?
Yeah, both it and the creature next to it
Boy, that
take
hits
2
the
fire
spot.
damage.
Okay. It's its turn. It's its turn. I'm going to move the dead one off the map here.
I mean, can it truly be dead if it never lived?
Yes.
Oh.
The third most one is going to
Solid
shamble. Who do I want to smack? Alonzo.
Yeah! No, wait, no.
Roll.
I just destroyed one of them. It makes sense.
You just killed Timbot. I'll never forgive you.
Jimbot won't forgive me.
Nope. Miss. And ooh.
Ooh.
18. That's still a miss.
That's still a miss.
Hot dog.
Fingers crossed. It worked.
Psycherbot, it is your turn.
Perchance. you get good.
Psycherbot.
You are part robot, right? Or are you
Alright.
part machine?
Beat Borp, I'm a cat.
I
Beep Borp, I'm a cat.
So here's a moral quandary about that. Does being a robot mean that you have a robot brain, like a mechanical brain?
Or are you a cyborg?
I think Psyche's more of a cyborg.
Sweet.
I just said
Do
it because
you-
it sounded funny.
Do you have a meat brain or a machine brain?
Yes.
Cyborg. Psyche is a cyborg, which makes them even cooler.
Meat brain.
Meat brain.
Meat brain.
Meat brain. Meat brain.
Meat brain. Meat brain. Meat brain. Meat brain. It's the weirdest
do I
one I
undo
think
that?
so far.
What do you want, Psyche?
I want to see where my little cone would be if I screamed.
What?
And Chester is deaf. It doesn't have to worry about him.
Chester's what?
You don't have to worry about him.
Yeah, if I...
So if you want to scream, yeah, you'd hit everyone. Well, you hit Alonzo if you screamed.
What if I backed up?
If you backed up,
Then you wouldn't hit everybody.
you would not hit everybody. Yeah, you could hit exactly the robot in front of Alonzo.
Oh, this takes into account the corner.
It do.
Huh.
So
It's a smart map.
If you have to hit me, hit me.
You could take one action to step back, 2 actions to cast your cantrip, and you'd only hit the robot in front of Alonzo.
Yeah, and the thing of it is like no matter what, they won't
be
hit
fair,
2 robots.
Even if you hit Chester, he's immune to auditory effects, right?
Yeah.
it's impossible.
That's
to
why
hit
I was
Chester.
okay if there was like hitting Chester, but I can't get back there.
Yeah, but you could take a step back and hit one of them.
I will do that. I will take a step back and yell at the one in front of Alonzo.
Fortitude,
Perhaps kill it.
Yes.
Perhaps.
natural 1.
Yes!
What are you saying?
What?
So let me see what
He's screaming.
haunting
They
him does.
They screamed.
What?
You can't
I
hear
think
it.
it's your...
A D4
Alonzo mimes
plus.
screaming.
Oh no, it's a D6.
Oh, I
a
gotcha.
D6 plus 4.
Megaphone.
So now it's
Ooh, is it heightened?
Oh, yeah, because it used to just be your spellcasting ability modifier.
could be.
Is it a signature spell?
This is a cantrip. A cantrip is a spell you can cast at will that is automatically heightened to half your level rounded up. You are now level 3.
Oh, okay.
So it will half your level rounded up would be 2.
2, yeah.
Yeah. So at base, haunting him is just your spellcasting ability modifier for damage. Heightened plus 2. So if you add it 2, it would be a d6 plus whatever it is. You increase every 2 levels. You would increase the damage by a d6. Is Hero Lab telling you that it's now
Yes,
a d6 plus 4?
A D6 plus 4.
Cool.
And if they critically fail, they are deafened.
And do I take double damage?
If you critically fail, yes.
Basic fortitude. Yeah. I'll take double damage. So go ahead and roll your damage. D6 plus 4.
So 2 D6s and then plus 4?
No, just 1d6 plus 4.
5.
All right, 5 plus 4 is 9.
Yeah.
So that'll be 18 points of damage. You shatter this robot.
Yes!
The screws
Nice.
come loose. It falls apart in front of Alonzo.
Like a Looney Tunes cartoon where the screws go flying.
Yep.
You can tell what I watched as a kid.
I remember being interested because these are constructs, but they don't have any. They're not
Like an
immune
immunity to the-
auditory effects. Yeah. So he is super dead. Alrighty. That is your turn. You backed up 2 action cast.
Yep.
Then we'll go to round 3. We've got 1 clockwork hander left. It's the opposite of not Psyche, of Chester,
aka Psyche Williams.
He'll come up
Chest Keir Williams.
and he'll punch Chester.
Oh, yes.
No.
The shipping name. Chest gear.
Natural 16 plus 7 is going to be a total of 23 against you, Chester.
Oh my god.
Say that one more time.
I got a natural 16 for a total of 23 against your armor class.
That'll do it.
Not a critical. And that's going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouchie.
Last action, I'm going to grab you.
So wait, it does a D6 plus 4?
Yes.
Nice. That was how much damage? 6?
6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now grabbed.
You got bruised.
I don't know if it doubles the damage.
Critically failing does if it's a basic.
It says
a basic
fortitude save. If you click on basic, at least on Archive Nethys, it'll tell you critical success, no damage, success, half damage, failure, full damage, critical failure, double damage.
Okay.
That's a basic
Okay.
save.
Imagine a fireball with that.
Damn.
All right, so but you were
Imagine
grabbed.
fell into that.
Owen.
Yeah, you're grabbed now.
one time.
And that's its turn. It is now Alonzo Tinrivet's turn. I will move this other dead clockwork handler out of your way. What would you like to do?
Get
I
this
would
thing
like-
off me.
To move up. I just can't remember if tumble through is a part of a move or if I have to
It's
use.
its own separate move thing because you're going to move through its space.
So I'm going to go one up.
Don't get in front of me.
Don't get in front of you. Okay, then I won't. I won't tumble through. Then
You
I'll just
don't have
move.
to go through it, right? You could
Good
Could I tumble through over to here?
there.
It just says move through the space of an enemy.
So,
you could-
assuming I'm moving through it.
yeah.
All right,
make
so
me
I'm
your
going to
check.
attempt to tumble through. 18.
18 against my reflex DC is going to succeed. You will trigger an attack of opportunity from
Okay,
Ooh.
take it.
He will miss with a total of 16. He is now flat-footed to you.
Yes.
Gabagool.
I do my best damage to flat-footed enemies.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Kill
Kill him
him.
dead.
Natty 17,
17, woo!
27 to hit.
You used another critical hit.
It's dead.
It's
Good riddance.
dead.
You're,
I wanna
you're-
roll
you're
my
nothing
damage,
but
Jacob. Leave me alone.
Screws and scraps. You
Ain't
dumb
nothing but a
box.
hound bot.
Houndbot ain't no
That
friend
is
of mine. Boom, boom,
6
boom, boom.
plus 4 is 10. Doubled is 20 plus the D8 deadly, 26 damage.
Ow.
You were never gonna kill him anyway. No friend of mine.
You know what,
So
Jacob? The jingle jangle bracelet of extra acrobatics, best purchase.
Yeah, baby.
Jingle, jingle bracelet.
You kill the homunculus. You kill the 3 clockwork handlers. Not before one of them could get off a signature.
We gotta get out of here.
Hopefully, because we're so far deep inside of this rock face, it won't be heard.
What?
And good job. You have cleared out this room. This weird-looking lab or something that they have with this clockwork humanoid on the table is available for you to explore. But someone may know that you're here.
Ooh.
And that is we're going to pick up
No,
in our
I want
next
to do one thing.
episode.
I just
Pick
want
up
to do
my
one thing.
crossbow.
I just want to do one thing. The whole thing.
Yeah.
I pick up my crossbow.
We've been recording for like almost an hour and a half.
I just want to do one thing.
What do you do?
I look over at Alonzo and I'm like, Chester cannot hear us. I need you to fall to the ground and act like you're dead.
Bo Beto Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. You can also tweet at us using the hashtag Third Gallon, and we are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of the podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon. Our theme for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.